Okay, I think we're good.
Hi friends, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to all the new friends around here. I'm Sky, and I usually post videos around my crafty endeavors, which are mainly knitting and sewing, but I have been hyperfixating on my knitting craft lately. I think it's due to the weather and the season we're currently in, but today we're staying on theme, and today I'm going to share with you all the cool girl sweater patterns that I want to immediately cast on, and maybe you want to cast them on too. So that's why I'm sharing this video, so you can possibly get some inspiration from this video as well. So I'm having some freshly pressed orange juice from my husband. He made that for me this morning, which I'm really, really thankful for. And you can grab a drink as well, whether it's tea or coffee, whatever you like. Yeah, I will head straight to the chase. I have 6 patterns that I want to share with you, so we don't have any time to lose. Starting with the Zakuri Cardigan. This cardigan is by Noriko Ishikawa, and this is a raglan construction with a really thick ribbed hemline and a higher neckline as well. So what makes it instantly cool for me is that it's not very polished, if you get what I mean. Has like a rustic feel to it. I think also due to I think it is 3x1 ribbed. You can see all over in the neckline as well as the hemline. Also, a coolness factor is the thicker hemline, ribbed hemline, which is also the case here. It has a rolled hemline and sleeve cuff as well, which I am also loving, and I've been seeing more in recent patterns. Yeah, I think this one is really versatile. I mean, you can wear this as a sweater all buttoned up, and you can also just button up a few buttons or leave it open. No matter what your vibe or your style currently is, there is many ways to style this one. It is knit with the suggested yarn from the Rerum Natura Gilead, which is my absolute favorite yarn, hands down. And it is knitted on 4.5 millimeter and 4 millimeter needles, which is a quite okay gauge. It's not too small, but also not too big. If you're not a fan of too big gauges, as I am, I don't like too big gauges. Yeah, this one seems pretty easy. And it's pretty straightforward, to be honest. Not too complicated of a construction. I have a suggestion, and the one that came to mind, and if you're trying to not spend money on patterns this year, one suggestion could be to use the Midnight Glow pattern from Jobs Design. It has a very similar construction. It also has raglan shaped construction, and also has like the rolled hemline or the rolled cuff details as well. And yeah, I think you could use this free pattern from Jobs Design to make your own Zakuri cardigan. It wouldn't be a crazy modification to make. Yeah, I think the only modification is to kind of keep it open. We're not closing up the sweater as we would join in the round, but we're just keeping it open and knitting back and forth, knitting back and forth. And then you obviously add your button bands. Yeah, so I think you could do double knitted button bands or whatever you actually want, but I think in the end you can definitely use double knitted button bands. Here on the sample, you can see it's 2x2 rib, and then you can change it up to 3x1 rib to make it look similar to the vibe we're getting from the Zakuri cardigan. But yeah, if you're thinking about hacking this pattern, you can definitely do that to keep this project low cost. Obviously, you need your yarn that you're using, but I think you can easily achieve this look with that as well. I think the button band is definitely double knitted. I'm just double checking, but it's definitely double knitted. But it has like a line detail. I think there is some some pearls in there to account for the line that stretches all over the button band. That gives it the detail. I mean, you can play around with that and see how that works. But I think if you add like 2 stitches of pearls at the end to create the border, I think you can achieve this detail as well. Okay, moving on to the next pattern, which is the Mono Boxy Cardigan by Mono Knits Edition. As the name already suggests, it's a boxy fit with a drop shoulder construction. It's also quite cropped. So if you're a fan of cropped sweaters or cardigans, this one is definitely for you. It's also knit on a bigger gauge. It's knit on 5mm and 4mm needles. If you like bigger gauges, this one is definitely for you. Will be definitely a quicker knit. Yeah, so I think very straightforward. You can use whatever yarn to account for a yarn weight yarn. If you like mohair, you can use mohair. If you don't like mohair, you can just use a straight up Aran weight yarn. Yeah, but the reason why it looks so cool is also the versatility. You can wear it closed, you can wear it open up. Nothing too crazy. Also the way you style it, you can wear it. I think due to the croppedness of this cardigan, I would go with a more high-waisted jean, and wide leg jean, maybe even a barrett legged jean, and some chic loafers or ballerinas. And yeah, you could definitely put a trench coat on top, which would also be a great spring outfit. So yeah, that's that. So, a different cardigan, which Mono Knit Editions is going to come out with very, very soon, or which she's going to release very, very soon, is the Mono lined cardigan. It is, let me quickly check because I have this saved on my phone because I recently liked it. So I'm going to quickly check. It's not released yet, but it's definitely a pattern you want to look out for because it is a fully ribbed or lined pattern all over, which I'm really loving. It is, I think, maybe 4x1. Yeah, maybe 4x1, which gives it a unique look. It just is different than what I've been seeing. I mean, there have been a lot of crew necked cardigans coming out, but what makes this one special is that it has this 4x1 ribbed all over. And it's also a cardigan that if you want to buy a crew neck cardigan, this one is a good one to buy because you could benefit from the ribbed pattern. But if you want to knit this again without the ribbed, you can also do that. So yeah, it's a pattern you could easily reknit to get a different vibe. You can also knit this one and exchange the ribbed button band with a double knitted button band if you like that better. So if you're looking out for a very versatile crew necked cardigan pattern, this one might be the winner here. So I think I would even hold off and wait for it to release and get this one because I still don't have a crew necked cardigan with a dropped shoulder. So yeah, I will get this one and use this pattern for the base for every other thing that I want to make that has a similar construction. Because as I said before, you don't need a pattern for every single garment if you don't want to. So you can save your coins, okay? Especially in this economy, oh my gosh. The next sweater is the Norma Sweater. We've seen it a lot last year, but I wanted to mention it in this video as well because I think it's one of the most beautiful color worked sweaters I have personally seen because I am a person, I like things quite simple and basic, but this one is, yeah, it's not too basic, and I love the detail of the color work. Also, the colors picked on the sample are really spot on. I think I could also see myself knitting this exact colorway, yeah, because it's so easily combinable with blue jeans. As we can see here in the sample, she has like a blue denim skirt on, which just gives such a cool vibe for me. This could also work with the dark brown really, really well. So I think the red, the blue, and a dark brown could look really, really nice. This sweater is by My Favorite Things Knitwear. It's also a dragon-shaped construction, and it has a high neckline, which I really like. It could be a great sweater for winter, for spring, for autumn. So throughout the seasons, really, really easy to throw on and combine with either a skirt, as we can see in the sample here, or just trousers or jeans. Yeah, you can wear it however, actually. The options are endless, to be honest. Yeah, I really, really love this one. This would also be my first colorwork sweater. If I truly cast this one on, and I am actually itching to cast this one on, this would be my very first colorwork sweater, which I'm really excited for, to be honest. I've never worked colorwork before, but I'm really intrigued by it, and I am very motivated and excited. I don't know if I'm going to manage to do it now. Probably this would be a beautiful project towards the end of the year, maybe towards autumn or towards winter. I can definitely see myself making this one. Yeah, up to the next sweater. It is a free pattern by Drops Design again. It's the Neptune Rings sweater. It's a drop shoulder construction, also has a rolled hem neckline. And it is striped. So there are many ways to use this pattern. You can modify it to make it look like the Olga sweater. If you're using a more structured yarn, you could achieve the Olga sweater look, so you don't have to buy the Olga sweater. But this also reminds me of the Cloud sweater by Petite Knit as well. So in this sample, Drops brushed alpaca silk was used, but you can definitely swap out the yarn, the suggested yarn, for a little bit more structured yarn, maybe merino, maybe like real rustic woolly yarn. Whatever tickles your fancy, you can actually use. I thought to mention this pattern because it's always nice to have a free pattern that actually also is very modern, and very contemporary and very stylish as well. So, and this one is also very hackable. So that's why I thought I would mention this pattern. So yeah, it's also knit on 4.5 millimeter and 3 millimeter needles. So also could be a very quick and simple knit. Also very beginner friendly, I think. So the next pattern is the Braidy loop sweater by Other Loops. This sweater pattern is so intriguing to me because it has a saddle shoulder construction, it seems, from the pictures. And what makes it really, really interesting are two details. So for one, braided detail that goes from the shoulders down to the sleeves, which is really, really, really beautiful. And the other detail is the ribbed detail, which is like the thicker rib that goes all over the sweater. It gives it immediately chic vibes, and it's also a very easy one to combine and just throw on. Yeah, I really like this sweater. It's also a little bit more on the lighter side, so also nice sweater for the upcoming spring season. So if you want to cast it on now, this would be a great time to cast it on so you have it ready for spring. Yeah, it's just a very special sweater. You don't see this designs quite often. Definitely also a trendsetter kind of pattern. Yeah, really loving this this one. Also the sample, the gray on the sample, also very nice, but I can also see this in very bright colors. Or you could also do muted colors. I think this would work both ways. The suggested yarn is Earnling number 2 and Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair, as well as Knitting for Olive no waste wool. It's 3 yarns held together, which for my liking is a little bit too much. So I'd rather go with 1 yarn or 2 maximum to achieve the DK weight that is required for this pattern. So it's knitted on 4 millimeter and 3.5 millimeter needles. So yeah, I think this one is really, really intriguing. My gosh, the cable that goes across the shoulders and into the sleeve is, for me, it's just so, so beautiful. Just chef's kiss. Up to the next pattern, and this one is the last pattern on my list. So this one is the Marielle Blouse by Maria Schei Morgenstadt. This pattern is a drop shoulder construction again, also crew neckline, and it has a lace detail all over the sweater. Yeah, very, very beautiful. It doesn't immediately give cool girl vibes, but more of a sophisticated, cute girl vibe. And yeah, it's just a very cutesy pattern, but you can make it cool if you want to. Yeah, so for all the people that are leaning towards the cool girl side of things, maybe your style is more on the cool side, you could easily make it cooler by using a more structured yarn. In this pattern, knitting for olive merino and knitting for olive soft silk mohair is used, but you can easily swap it out for yeah, just heavier yarn to give it a more structured feel, and take out the mohair maybe if you're not a fan of mohair like I am. Yeah, and you can shorten the sweater to make it a little bit more cropped than in the sample, and you can also lengthen the sleeves a little bit more and use primary colors if you like primary colors and primary colors look good on you. But these are the swaps I would do to give it like a cool girl look. I think who really inspired me for this pattern was especially, I don't know what her name is. I don't know what her name is. Is her name Grace? I don't know if her name is Grace, but she's on Instagram. I might just link her account on here somewhere, but she was the one that inspired me to make this sweater. So yeah, these are all of the patterns that I have found in my research, because literally I was kind of stuck. I didn't know what to cast on with the yarns that I had purchased from Knitting for Olive, and these ones definitely are scratching the itch to cast on for me. So who knows when I'm going to do my next cast on, but these are a great pool to have when I'm looking for my next cast on. We'll definitely be making a pattern from this pool. And I hope you were inspired by any of these patterns as well. If you were like me and finding it really hard to find inspiring patterns, I hope this video helped you. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching to this point. I loved hanging out with you. And if you like this video, you can give it a like and subscribe to my channel to see videos such as this. And yeah, we'll see you on my next video. Until then, I hope you stay blessed, stay beautiful, and fabulous as always. Bye.